played with such impossible flair, such outrageous joy, that people assumed it came easy to him. Some said he was chasing money and personal glory, not results. Others claimed he'd rather hit the night spots with a couple of beautiful women on his arm than train himself into a sweat for hours on the track. Not sure anyone can blame him for that, but Ronaldinho's creative genius burned so spectacularly bright that no one really thought it would last long before dying out or smothering under a lack of motivation. And yet last it did. A decade after the 2002 World Cup, long after the Player of the Year and Ballon d'Or awards, he was still able to win the Golden Ball as the Brazilian League's best player in 2012. And even beat Neymar for the 2013 South American Player of the Year. At 33, he won a recall to the national team against Chile and aimed for Brazil 2014. But although the host fans cried out for a fairy tale return to the World Cup team, coach Luis Felipe Scolari wanted youth.
I'm looking at young players with lots of skills, giving them an opportunity so they can have a place in the national team for years. That's the idea.
The only sign that Ronaldinho was starting to think about retirement was when he took the path of many aging glamours: cosmetic surgery. Yes, the trademark buck teeth and gummy smile of Ronaldinho was replaced by a smart new set of choppers, which should give him a fresh ring of confidence for puckering up on the nightclub scene. Not that Ronaldinho was ever lacking confidence in that regard. Luis Fernandez at PSG once accused Ronaldinho of being more interested in the Paris nightlife than French football. And around the time of his teeth surgery, he gave an interview to Playboy magazine, revealing that at Barcelona, he often had sex before a game as a way of improving his play. Given how brilliant he was for Barca, with a swag of individual awards, 2 La Liga titles, a Champions League and more, well, that pre-match routine must be a winner. After cutting a swathe through France and Spain, Italy was the next logical step, although Ronaldinho's time at AC Milan wasn't quite as successful. He was still capable of audacious match-winning acts of brilliance, but they were less frequent. At the same time, back home in Brazil, coach Carlos Dunga was taking the carefree culture of the national team and trying to put it in a box. He took a set against Ronaldinho, and so one of the stars of the winning 2002 World Cup team became a scapegoat of the 2006 failure and a discard for the 2010 venture to South Africa. Many assumed Ronaldinho would drift into retirement. Instead, he refused to stop enjoying his football. After a season back home with Flamengo, he moved to Atletico Mineiro. Showed his best was still better than anyone else's in the land of Jogo Bonito. On the eve of the club's victory in the 2013 Copa Libertadores, he addressed the issues about his motivation. Made it clear that big occasions still inspire him.
I'm very motivated because it's a chance to enter into the club's history. That's what motivates me, to give this joy to the fan that has supported me since the first minute I arrived here. I'm very well prepared to do my best.
Atletico Mineiro won the cup on penalties. Ronaldinho's 4 goals through the competition were a massive contribution, and he celebrated hard.
You made me a footballer again. Thank you. Thank you.
Even the Brazilian fans who accused him of being mercenary early in his career had to admit that Ronaldinho had paid his dues. And he passed the greatest test of all: time.